For your Kumi-Himo, you're going to need two things. You'll need your Kumi-Himo loom, which you can find at a local craft store or with us here at the Handwork studio. And you'll need several lengths of yarn or embroidery floss. Today we'll use yarn because it works up faster, and we'll show you in greater detail what your Kumi-Himo weaving will look like. You'll need 8 pieces of your yarn or your floss, and you'll want to take them and knot them at the end. I use 4 very long pieces and just fold them over to give me 8. And then I create my knot. And I want to make sure that that's nice and snug so that it stays on my loom. I'll divide my yarn or my embroidery floss into 4 separate sections of 2. We do that because if you look closely at your loom, you'll see that there are different dots all over the loom. Each of those dots marks a point where you're going to place your yarn or your floss to begin your Kumi-Himo. So what you'll do is you'll take your yarn or your floss, and we've tied it in our handy knot, and that's going to be placed in the middle of the loom. And you can hold that with your thumb. You'll take 2 of your strings and you'll place them on the left and right side of a dot. You'll take the same color yarn on the other side where there's another dot and place them there. And then you'll do the same thing at the top of your loom with another color, and then down below at the bottom. You want to make sure that your strings aren't crisscrossed, because that will make your looming much more difficult later on. So now what we'll do is we'll begin the actual Kumi-Himo process. To begin, you take the string that's on the bottom right of your loom, and you're going to bring that up to the right. So now if you look up top, we've got 3 here, but how many do we need? We need 2. So then we'll take the one that's on the left, we'll pull that and bring that all the way down to the bottom. And then we'll take our loom and we're going to turn it. You can turn it clockwise or counterclockwise. I always turn mine counterclockwise. Then we'll do the same thing again. We'll take the string on the bottom right, bring it up to the top right. We've got 3, but we want 2, so we'll bring this one again, top left, down to the bottom right. And with each change of your yarn, you want to make sure that you're putting your strings in nice and snug in each of these little slots here in the loom. That way you know that your strings are going to be nice and secure. So you continue this until you either run out of your yarn or your floss, or you've made your Kumi-Himo weaving as long as you'd like it to be. Once you're done, you can tie the end in a knot. And as you can see, my Kumi-Himo has grown quite a bit, so I've got this beautiful pink and yellow diagonal weave. And you can use it for keychains, necklaces, bracelets, jump ropes, dog leashes, whatever you want. So I'll show you how to end it. I always like to keep my loop on the end. That way I can tie it into a bracelet or have a nice closed circle. I carefully remove each of my 2 yarn pieces from the loom, and then I pull my Kumi-Himo through the middle. And then what I do is I just take 2 at a time and I knot them, going all the way around the weave. So here's 1, and then we continue that for every pair. And then once it's done, you've got a nice secure ending that you can put through the looped end of your bracelet or your necklace or whatever you choose to make it, and that way it'll stay nice and secure. And that is how you begin, weave, and end your Kumi-Himo. Join us next week for something new.